and one. Hey folks, just thought I'd do a little 5-minute intro into ensuring that you get your profit up to where you want it. An introduction goes like this. What we can do is we can drill down on your expenses, we can drill down on your income, and we can confirm and make sure that you're happy with where you're at after you've done all that. So there's a few little tricks that accountants use that can make you think you're making good money, but in reality you're not. So we just want to go through those. So a brief introduction. I don't know whether you can see those numbers on screen, but I just grabbed a budget off the internet, and it's got last year's numbers on it, and then some numbers that could be changed for this year. And it's largely around with your expenses, for example. Do you really need to spend that type of money? So we can go through each line on an expenses column and find out whether $9,000 is acceptable for an accountant. If not, okay, what are the options? Maybe you get a bookkeeper that comes in one day a week for an hour or so to save money. So we can go through line by line and have a look at what expenses are, what expenses you need, what are legitimate, what are where you've hidden money, and okay, let's just put an asterisk beside that. So that's on the outgoing side of life. It's also on the income. The big one for me with the income is you've got 10 jobs, and every shop I've ever been to will have this or something very similar, where you get 10 jobs, 7 or 8 of them are just boring jobs that go through the shop. They pay their way, they do what they're supposed to. Then you'll have one really good job that's, you go, wish I had a shed full of them. Then you'll have that one job that's the heartache. And it's to me, it's not about trying to get 3 or 4 really good jobs. It's about not getting the bad one. So we go into, rightio, what are the bad ones? So every shop will be different there. Me, for example, over the years, I've never been able to make money out of caravans. So when a caravan turns up, I send them on their way. Don't want to know about it. Other shops will not want to do work for an insurer, for example, because they're a heartache. Send them away. So once you've identified where your losses are and you minimise them, simply by getting rid of the losses will increase your profit. So I'd like to drill through, get everybody to have a bit of a think about that. When we start this in earnest next week, we'll probably start with, rightio, how do we get the right money for the jobs, and how do we identify which jobs have got the right money? How are you going? How are you measuring it? How do you know whether you're profitable with Toyotas but not profitable with Hyundais? There's ways. Crashzone's got all that data there. So it's just about finding it, and it's about knowing what to look for, and then from there making those decisions. So for me, if you've got, let's call it 100 hours a week to sell, but you've got 120, 130 hours a week's worth of work turning up, or opportunities, it's about what am I not going to do? Obviously, you've got to do the ones that are the poor performers. So identify what the poor performers are, either by type of vehicle or by insurer, or there's a few other things you might have. You might struggle, for example, with 3-layer pearls. Don't do them. Just say no. So we'll have a look at what we can do there around ensuring that your profit margin's where you want it. It's not a silver bullet. It's a series of 1 or 2 percenters. But those 1 or 2 percenters added together, you'll get, if you're doing, we've just got to have a look at these rough numbers. Total sales minus the pass gave it about a 2.7 there, which then trickled down, which then trickled through to about a 700k of 2.7. So that's in around that 20-25% mark. That's okay. I can see a lot of things that you could do, but that's up to you, where you want to go. So I think for now, that's what we want to do. So hopefully we'll see you all next Wednesday, 10 o'clock, and we'll make a start in earnest. Okay, see you later.